Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on May the 28th, 2019. Asian shares rise and lift in auto sector. Asian shares climbed on Tuesday amid gains in China and lift in auto companies on merger news, but broad uncertainties over trade and economic growth kept investor enthusiasm in check. MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan soared 0.38%. U.S. S&P 500 E-mini futures rose 0.22% to 2,837.25, pointing to gains when U.S. markets reopened on Tuesday after a holiday. European equity markets were expected to open higher. In early European trade, pan-European Stoxx 50 futures climbed 0.39% at 3,365. German DAX futures were up 0.39% at 12,112. FTSE futures lifted 0.5% at 7,299.5. And France's CAC 40 futures surged 0.41% at 5,319. Asia equity strategist at DBS in Singapore, Joanne Goh, said in spite of the day's gains, broad market sentiment remained uncertain ahead of a possible meeting between the Chinese and U.S. presidents at the G20 summit next month. May consumer confidence rose in France. INSEE statistics agency marked the French consumer confidence levels surged more than expected in May, reaching their highest level in a year. This was because the Eurozone's second biggest economy continues to recover from anti-government protests. INSEE said its gauge of consumer confidence in May rose to 99 points from 96 in April. A Reuters poll of 16 economists had forecast 97 points for the May reading. President Emmanuel Macron has promised that cuts in response to the protests, and INSEE said people in France were feeling more confident over their general purchasing power and personal financial situation. Alibaba sales $20 billion share to push up rates. A planned $20 billion offering by Alibaba Group Holding Ltd. would probably squeeze liquidity in Hong Kong, pushing up borrowing rates in the city and strengthening the local dollar. Sources familiar with the matter said that China's largest company is considering a second listing in Hong Kong, potentially rivaling AIA Group Ltd's IPO in 2010 as the city's biggest ever share sale. Alibaba aims to file a listing application in Hong Kong as soon as the second half of 2019. Company raised a record $25 billion in its 2014 debut in New York. EU could impose fine on Italy for breaking rules. Deputy Prime Minister Matteo Salvini said on Tuesday the European Commission could impose a €3 billion fine on Italy for breaking EU rules due to its rising debt and structural deficit levels. Two Eurozone officials told Reuters on Monday that Brussels was likely to start disciplinary steps against Italy on June the 5th over its public finances. A warning letter from the Commission is expected to be sent to Rome this week. But Salvini, whose far-right League party triumphed in European elections on Sunday, said he would use all my energies to fight European fiscal rules.